Another day, another boat. Not me this time though. John is going down to Inverness for the day with work. They are renewing the whole of Orkney's bus fleet, and because he's a school bus driver, they've asked a bunch of the school bus drivers to go fetch some from Inverness because it's a weekend and they are obviously not driving, they're not at work at the weekend. So yeah, he's heading off to Inverness on the morning boat and he'll be back on the nighttime boat tonight. Well, I say nighttime, the boat gets in at 8:30 tonight. So I've had to run him to the ferry terminal this morning, and he's getting the boat from Stromness, but this evening when he comes in he'll have a new bus with him, so he's got to drive that into Kirkwall, into the main town. So later today me and Mum will both be going into town in either car. Mum will take hers, I'll take John's car, and I'm going to be leaving it in town for him, so when he gets in tonight, which will be about 9 o'clock by the time he gets to Kirkwall, he can just pick up his own car to drive home in, rather than me having to come out to fetch him. So yes, it's an early start, so I need to head home now and have a coffee, because I haven't had one yet. I haven't had any hot drinks yet, and I'm getting pretty desperate for one. So yes, I'm going to head home now. I suspect today's Vlogtober is going to be rather heavy on the chatter, as it is now about 8:15 at night. It has been a really busy day, non-stop, and I've had visitors. What's that shot? Oh, I thought I could see a light behind me, which would have been a little bit strange, but kind of appropriate considering tomorrow is Halloween. Anyway, so I dropped John. Am I out of focus? There we go. I dropped John off at the boat, as you saw this morning, and he is almost back on the island, or at least the boat is almost in on the island, so I assume he's on it. This morning me and Mum went into town. It's the first time I've been into town for, well, I did go into Shearer's earlier this month on a Vlogtober episode actually, but I haven't actually been through the high street in a few weeks, and I need a few bits and pieces. And while I was doing so, I picked up some nice goodies. I happened to land perfect timing at Shearer's today for a delivery from Everdale Bakery, Everdale Sourdough Bakery, which is quite local to me. Landing at the right time in somewhere like Shearer's or the Bricklader in Kirkwall, it's kind of luck of the draw because I can never remember when their deliveries are. But I happened to land right, so I bought a loaf of sourdough bread made with beer meal flour. Now, beer meal flour is a local variety. Beer meal is a local variety of barley. So it's barley flour, but it's a local, old, more of a primitive variety of barley. And it is grown very local to me actually. Well, it's grown in a few places on the island, but it's ground about 3-4 miles up the road from me, I believe, at the Barony Mill in Bursay. And yeah, so this bread is made with beer meal flour. And I got some garlicky sourdough bread, which me and Mum had some of with our tea tonight. And I got a couple of sweet rolls. One was a jam and custard sweet roll, and one was a marzipan sweet roll, which we had at lunchtime. So it's been a very bread heavy day too. Nice, full of treats today. But we have lots of bread and things left over for tomorrow when John's at home. Yeah, and I picked up some nice cheese from the local deli, which was a nice treat too. I had a nice new one to me, which I cannot pronounce. I will try and remember to put up the name on the screen, but it is a smoked sheep's cheese from Austria, and it was very, very tasty. So I got some of that, and we had that at lunchtime with our, you know, for our little lunch. And then this afternoon, my sister and her partner popped in to visit whilst Mum is here, so that was nice. We had a bit of a catch up and a bit of a chat, and Mum has gone out this evening to where Charlotte and Stuart have parked up for the night, because they are the ones that live in the off-road camper, the converted army truck camper. So they have parked up a few miles up the road from here at Bursay, at the Broch of Bursay, because tonight we have a high chance of aurora. So there's a good chance of the Northern Lights being on shore tonight. And in Orkney it is called the Merry Dancers, or the Merry Dancers. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we shall see some aurora tonight. If we do, I will try and record it or put some photos in here. I'll probably put some photos in here. If not, I will also try and add on the end of this video some photos I took of the aurora. It was probably last year around about this time actually. I got some really nice photos which I took on a long exposure on the camera, and they come up quite nice. So I will add those photos at the end if we don't get some aurora tonight. And I took some really nice photos of the Milky Way one night, but on a long exposure on this camera too. So remember, I'll put them in as well. Yeah, so now I am just waiting for John to come home, because I am really tired, but he's not going to be getting in till probably around 9:30, 10 o'clock. Meanwhile, I am still working on this sock, and I am not going to get it finished to wear tomorrow morning, that's for sure, because I am only just starting the heel. I haven't had a lot of chance to do much knitting today. Hopefully I can get them finished tomorrow, so I can at least wear them tomorrow evening. I'll finish them off on Halloween. But it's not the end of the world. I would like to get them finished, but I'm pretty sure I might get them finished by tomorrow evening, but I might not too. I'm going to sign off on this talky bit here. If I think of anything else, I will add some more. Otherwise, I will show you some aurora, and we'll be back tomorrow for Halloween, and hopefully I'll have a little more time. I have nothing planned for going out tomorrow, unless the weather brightens up, in which case I might be able to go to the Standing Stones. Otherwise, I'll be staying home. But I have foodie things to cook for tomorrow for our Halloween meal and such like, so yeah, see you tomorrow.